Have you ever looked at your cat curled up so peacefully on the couch and thought, they must be the happiest little soul in the world? But what if, hidden beneath that quiet face, there were small struggles you couldn't see? Cats are masters of silence. They don't cry out when something hurts, and they don't complain when their world isn't quite right. They simply adapt, endure, and hope that we notice the whispers they cannot speak. The truth is, many indoor cats suffer quietly, not because their humans don't love them, but because their humans simply don't know. Little choices, where we place their food, how we clean our homes, even how we play with them, can either bring them comfort, or quietly shorten their time with us. But here's the beautiful part: every mistake is fixable. Every change you make today can add more years, more joy, and more trust between you and the cat who depends on you for everything. So tonight, let's walk together through the secret world of indoor cats. Not with fear, not with guilt, but with love, gentleness, and the hope that by the end, you'll see your little companion in an entirely new light. Because to them you are not just an owner. You are their whole universe. Mistake 1. The litter box secret. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. It's late at night. The world is still. You walk into your bathroom, but the toilet doesn't flush. The air is heavy, the floor dirty, the walls closing in. Would you still feel safe? Would you still feel comfortable using it? Now picture your cat. Small, dignified, elegant. A creature who carries themselves with quiet grace. Every day they step into their litter box, that one small square of space you've given them, and they are expected to make peace with it. For so many indoor cats, the litter box becomes not a place of relief, but of stress. Why? Because we humans, out of convenience or misunderstanding, give them less than they need. The hidden truth cats wish you knew. Here's a secret whispered by veterinarians and behaviorists. The golden rule of litter boxes isn't one per cat. It's one per cat, plus one. So if you have a single cat, they actually need 2 boxes. 2 cats? 3 boxes. It sounds strange at first, almost unnecessary. But when you understand how cats think, it makes perfect sense. In the wild, a cat would never urinate and defecate in the same place. They spread their scent to protect themselves from predators, to keep their environment clean, to keep illness at bay. It's part of their survival code, written in their very DNA. By giving them only 1 box, we silently ask them to betray that instinct. We force them to choose between holding it in, painful, damaging, stressful, or breaking their natural rhythm by soiling a single crowded space. And when we ignore this truth, problems appear like whispers we don't understand. A cat who avoids the litter box. A bed suddenly soiled. A corner of the carpet stained. Not defiance. Not spite. Desperation. Imagine life through their eyes. Let's pause and look at the world through your cat's eyes. They step into their only litter box. The scent of yesterday's waste clings to the air. Their whiskers twitch with unease. Their paws touch damp clumps of litter, cold and unwelcoming. They look around, no other option. They hold their breath, lower themselves slowly, and pray that they can finish quickly. Now imagine doing this 3, 4, 5 times a day. Day after day. Month after month. It's no wonder so many cats develop urinary tract infections, kidney disease, or behavioral issues tied directly to bathroom stress. Their bodies can only endure so much. Here's something many cat parents don't realize. Cats don't just need clean litter for their bodies. They need it for their hearts, their sense of safety. A cat's litter box is one of the most vulnerable moments in their day. When they squat down, they can't defend themselves, can't run, can't hide. In nature, this is when they are most exposed to predators. So imagine the emotional weight when even that one safe place feels unwelcoming, dirty, or stressful. It chips away at their trust. It raises their anxiety. It makes them feel unsafe in the one place they should feel most secure, home. The good news? This mistake is so easy to fix, and the results are almost magical. Add 1 more litter box and place it somewhere quiet, private, and away from food and water. Choose locations that are easy to access, not hidden away in dark basements or noisy laundry rooms. Suddenly your cat has a choice. They no longer feel trapped. They no longer dread their bathroom moments. You'll notice the difference in their body language. They'll step into the box more confidently. They'll linger less in discomfort. Some even begin to play more, purr more, relax more, because a weight they carried silently has been lifted. A woman once shared a story about her cat, Luna. Luna had been urinating on the couch for months. The woman tried everything, new litter, sprays, scolding. Nothing worked. She began to feel hopeless, even angry. Then she learned about the 1 cat plus 1 rule. Skeptical but desperate, she added a second litter box in a quiet corner of her home. That night Luna used it. The next morning she used it again. Within a week, the accident stopped. The woman cried. Not because of her couch, but because she realized Luna hadn't been bad. She had been begging for help in the only way she knew how. A small gift, a huge difference. This is the heart of it. Sometimes, the smallest changes in our homes bring the biggest changes in our cats' lives. 2 litter boxes instead of 1. A little more space. A little more dignity. Costs us so little. But to them it means freedom, health, and peace of mind. Your cat may never be able to thank you with words. But watch their body soften, their trust deepen, their eyes close as they purr in your lap. That is their thank you. That is their way of saying, I feel safe. I feel home. Mistake 2, the water bowl disaster. Imagine this. You wake up in the middle of the night, your throat dry, lips cracked. You walk to the kitchen, pour yourself a glass of water, but the glass smells faintly of old metal. The rim is dusty. You hesitate. You sip anyway. It doesn't taste fresh. Would you keep drinking from it every day? Now imagine you had no other choice. This is the reality for so many indoor cats. They rely entirely on the water we provide them, but too often we unknowingly make it uninviting, stale, or even unsafe. The desert ancestors within. Cats are descendants of desert hunters. In the wild, they survived on prey, small animals filled with moisture. They weren't built to lap endlessly at streams like dogs. Even today, a cat's thirst drive is weak. They often won't drink until they're already slightly dehydrated. And when dehydration becomes chronic, it quietly opens the door to urinary crystals, kidney disease, and painful bladder infections. But here's the twist. Cats actually want to drink more water. They just need us to make it appealing, safe, and natural. Why the bowl becomes a burden. Most of us give our cats a single bowl, tucked in the corner of the kitchen. We fill it in the morning, sometimes forgetting until the next day. To our eyes it looks fine, clear enough. But to a cat? That bowl may carry faint traces of detergent. Dust floating on the surface. Bacteria beginning to grow. The scent of yesterday's food lingering nearby. Cats are sensitive creatures. Their noses detect subtleties we cannot. What smells fine to us can smell wrong to them. So they drink less. Slowly. Quietly. Dangerously. The myth of they'll drink when they're thirsty. Some humans believe, if my cat is thirsty they'll drink. They'll take care of themselves. But this is a dangerous myth. Remember, cats don't feel thirst the way we do. They evolved to get most of their moisture from prey. That means their bodies don't sound loud alarms for water. By the time a cat actually seeks out their bowl, they may already be dehydrated. And dehydration in cats is like a silent thief. It steals health day by day. It damages kidneys long before the signs show. And by the time symptoms appear, lethargy, weight loss, vomiting, it's often too late. Imagine life through their eyes. Step into your cat's paws for a moment. They approach their water bowl. The liquid is still stagnant. It smells faintly of soap. It's right beside their food, a place their instincts whisper is unsafe. They lower their tongue, lap once, twice. It tastes wrong. Their whiskers twitch. They walk away, still thirsty but unwilling to return. Later they nibble at their dry kibble, filling their stomach but not their thirst. Inside, their little kidneys strain harder, their bladder grows more concentrated. Each day their body suffers for something so simple, fresh, flowing water. The gentle fix. Here's where your love can change everything. Instead of a single bowl, offer several sources of water throughout your home. Choose ceramic or stainless steel, materials that don't cling to odors the way plastic does. Keep the bowls away from food. Cats in the wild never eat and drink in the same place. Their instincts still carry this truth. Most importantly, keep it fresh. Change the water at least once, ideally twice, every day. Scrub the bowl gently, don't just top it off. Think of it as serving a guest, someone precious, someone who deserves nothing less than purity. And then the magic, a cat fountain. Cats are drawn to moving water. The sound of a trickle mimics streams in nature. It tells them, this is safe, this is alive, this will not make you sick. Many cats who barely touch their bowls suddenly drink eagerly when given a fountain. A real-life story. There was a family with a cat named Oliver. Oliver was quiet, sweet, but always seemed tired. His vet mentioned his kidneys weren't strong, but the family didn't understand why. Then a behaviorist visited their home. She noticed Oliver's only water bowl sat right beside his food dish, filled once a day. The water was clear to the human eye, but carried the faint scent of chicken kibble. She suggested 3 simple changes. Place multiple bowls in different rooms. Move them far from food and litter. Or add a fountain. Within weeks, Oliver began drinking more. His coat grew shinier, his energy returned. At his next checkup, his vet smiled, "Whatever you're doing, keep doing it." The family wept, not because Oliver had been healed overnight but because they realized how close they had come to losing him, to something as small as a bowl of water. A small gift, a lifelong blessing. Water is life. And for our cats, fresh, flowing, accessible water is the difference between silent suffering and quiet thriving. You may never see the kidneys you're protecting. You may never know the infections you're preventing. But you will feel it in the way your cat stretches more easily, purrs more deeply, lives more freely. This is the gift of love expressed not in grand gestures, but in small, everyday choices. Because to them your care is not just water. It is safety. It is health. It is life. Crescent moon, and that's the second secret. When you give your cat water that is fresh, flowing, and free, you are not just quenching their thirst. You are extending their time with you one sip at a time. Mistake 3. The danger of dry food dependency. Picture a cat in the wild. She stalks a small bird, leaps and captures it. Her teeth tear softly into warm flesh, releasing not only nourishment but water, fresh, natural, life-giving moisture. Every bite hydrates as much as it feeds. Now picture the life of the modern indoor cat. A shiny bowl filled with crunchy pellets poured from a bag. Convenient, long-lasting, always available. To us, it looks complete, balanced, even scientific. But to the cat's body? It whispers of drought, of thirst that never ends, of organs slowly, quietly straining. The illusion of complete nutrition. Dry food, or kibble, is marketed as balanced perfection. It promises protein, vitamins, minerals, everything a cat needs all in one scoop. But what the labels don't reveal is the silent absence of moisture. Kibble contains around 6 to 10% water. A mouse in the wild? Nearly 70%. When we replace prey with pellets, we strip away the most vital element, hydration. And hydration isn't optional. It is the gentle river that carries nutrients, protects kidneys and flushes toxins. Without it, the body struggles. Organs wear down. Urinary tracts suffer. Kidneys, those delicate vital filters, weaken long before we see the signs. The cat who drinks, but never enough. You may say, "But my cat has water." They'll drink from their bowl. Yes, but rarely enough. Cats are not natural water seekers. Their bodies never evolved to lap endlessly at stagnant pools. Even with a fountain, even with fresh bowls, they cannot make up the difference if their diet itself is desert dry. And so, a cruel cycle begins. They eat dry food. They feel mildly dehydrated. They drink a little but not enough. Day after day, year after year, the kidneys and bladder quietly strain. This is why urinary crystals, bladder blockages, and kidney disease are heartbreakingly common in indoor cats. Not because of fate, but because of food. Imagine their silent struggle. Imagine eating crackers every single day. No fruit, no soup, no water-rich meals. Just crackers. You sip water when you can, but the dryness never quite leaves your mouth. At first you adapt. You carry on. But slowly, silently, your body pays the price. That is the life of a cat who depends solely on kibble. Why we fall into this mistake. Humans choose dry food out of love and convenience. It's affordable. It's easy to store. Keeps the house clean. It promises a long shelf life and no fuss. And yes, kibble can be part of a diet. But when it becomes the only diet, it transforms from convenience into danger. Because what is simple for us may be devastating for them. The gentle solution. The fix is not to banish kibble completely, unless your vet advises it. But to balance it. To bring back the missing river of life, moisture. Here's how. 1. Add wet food daily. Canned food or pouches contain 70 to 80% water, closer to the natural prey cats are designed for. Even 1 or 2 wet meals a day can transform hydration. 2. Mix with love. Add a splash of warm water or unsalted broth to wet food. Not only does it boost hydration, it enhances aroma, irresistible to sensitive feline noses. 3. Transition slowly. Cats may resist change. Introduce wet food gently, mixing with their kibble, offering small tastes, allowing curiosity to grow. 4. Respect the individual. Some cats thrive on mostly wet food. Some need specialized diets. Always listen to your vet, but never forget hydration is as vital as calories. A story of 2 cats. There were once 2 brothers, Jasper and Milo. Both were adopted as kittens, both lived indoors, both adored. Jasper's family fed him mostly kibble. Milo's family gave a mix, wet meals with a little dry. At age 6, Jasper began straining in the litter box. He cried in pain, his body unable to pass urine. An emergency vet visit revealed crystals blocking his bladder, a life-threatening condition. Milo, at the same age, leapt across furniture, his coat sleek, his bladder healthy. The difference? Not luck, not genetics, but moisture. Jasper survived, but his family learned a painful truth. What we feed is not just about fullness. It is about life itself, the gift of choice. To us, a shift from kibble only to a wet-inclusive diet may seem small. But to our cats, it is monumental. It means kidneys that filter with ease, bladders that flush without pain, a life free from the agony of catheters, surgeries, and the helpless tears of humans watching their beloved friends suffer. And beyond health, there is joy. The joy of a cat savoring a moist, fragrant meal. The joy of seeing them eat with the same satisfaction their ancestors once knew. More than food, a language of love. When you open a can, when you add a splash of broth, when you kneel and place that dish before your cat, it is not just feeding. It is speaking the language of care. It is saying, I see your needs, even the ones you cannot voice. I honor your body, even the parts one cannot see. I want you with me not just today but for all the tomorrows we can share. Because food is not just sustenance. It is a daily promise. A bond renewed with every meal. And so, the third mistake reveals its truth. Dry food, though convenient, was never meant to be the whole story. Balance it with moisture, with compassion, with wisdom, and you gift your cat not only health, but years of gentle, joyful life by your side. Mistake 4. The prison of indoor boredom. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine the life of a wild cat. Every dawn, the earth hums with adventure. The grass sways with hidden prey. Shadows shift, calling out to be chased. Branches whisper secrets, inviting the climb. Each day is an endless story of curiosity, hunting, exploring, sharpening instincts, embracing the thrill of being alive. Now, imagine an indoor cat. The same dawn breaks, but instead of grass there are walls. Instead of birdsong there is silence. Instead of branches there is furniture, unchanging, unmoving, predictable. The heart that was designed for wilderness now beats inside a box. The sharp mind that longs for puzzles now stares at the same four corners, day after day. And slowly, invisibly, boredom settles in like dust. Boredom, the silent thief. We often think boredom is harmless. After all, cats sleep a lot, don't they? We see them curled up, eyes closed, and we assume peace. But boredom in cats is not sleep. It is a cage inside the mind. It is the restless pacing at midnight. The sudden bursts of chaos knocking things from shelves. The obsessive grooming until fur is thin and raw. The silent overeating from a bowl that's always full. This is not laziness. This is longing. Longing for a world that challenges, excites, and fulfills their wild spirit. Why indoor cats suffer? We keep cats indoors to protect them, from cars, diseases, predators, and dangers that could end their lives too soon. And yes, keeping them safe indoors is an act of love. But safety without stimulation can become another kind of harm. For in protecting their bodies, we sometimes forget to feed their souls. A cat without enrichment is like a musician without a song. Alive but not truly living. The signs of a bored cat. Look closely, and you may see the whispers of boredom in your own feline friend. Overeating or boredom snacking. Eating not out of hunger but out of emptiness. A destructive behavior. Scratching furniture, knocking objects, tearing at curtains. Desperate attempts to create excitement. Over-grooming. Licking and biting fur until bald patches appear, stress turned inward. Restless energy. Zoom eyes in the middle of the night, sudden attacks on ankles, constant meowing. A dullness in spirit. Eyes that once sparkled with curiosity now seem clouded with stillness. These are not bad behaviors. They are silent cries for a richer life. How to break the prison. The antidote to boredom is simple yet transformative: enrichment. To bring variety, challenge, and joy back into their days. To remind them that though the walls are fixed, the world inside them can still be wide. Here's how. 1. Interactive play. Every cat is a hunter at heart. Want toys that flutter like birds, laser dots that dart like prey, balls that roll unpredictably, all awaken the hunter's joy. Play daily, even for 10 minutes, and you gift your cat the thrill of the chase. 2. Vertical spaces. Cats are climbers, observers of the world from above. Cat trees, shelves, window perches. These turn walls into mountains. The higher they climb, the freer they feel. 3. Puzzle feeders. Food should not always be easy. Hide kibble in puzzle toys, scatter it in foraging mats, place it in treat balls that require paws and minds to work. A meal becomes a hunt, and boredom turns into satisfaction. 4. Window entertainment. A bird feeder outside a window can be a living movie screen. The flutter of wings, the dance of squirrels, endless fascination, safe yet stimulating. 5. Rotation of toys. Just like children, cats grow tired of the same toy. Rotate their playthings weekly. A forgotten toy reintroduced feels like treasure. 6. Training and bonding. Yes, cats can learn tricks. Sit, high five, even walking on a leash. Training is not only fun, it deepens the bond and sharpens the mind. The tale of Luna. There was once a cat named Luna. She lived in a small apartment, loved deeply but left alone for long hours. At first she napped. But soon she began chewing cords, scratching doors, yowling at night. Her human thought she was difficult, even broken. Then one day her human brought home a feather wand. The moment it danced, Luna's eyes lit up. She leapt, twisted, and pounced with the joy of a spirit finally remembered. A cat tree followed. Then puzzle feeders. Then short daily play sessions. And slowly Luna changed. The destruction faded. The cries softened. Her body became sleek, her eyes bright. Her human realized the truth. Luna was never broken. She was bored. And all she needed was a world big enough for her wild heart. The deeper meaning. When you play with your cat, when you create spaces to climb, puzzles to solve, or windows to gaze through, you are not just entertaining. You are giving them back their birthright, the life of a hunter, an explorer, a creature of wonder. And in return you will witness something magical. A cat who trusts you more deeply, who shows affection more freely. Because in giving them joy, you show them that you understand. That you care not just for their safety but for their spirit. Love beyond walls. Yes, the walls of our homes may confine their bodies, but they do not have to confine their souls. With creativity, with intention, with a little effort each day, you can transform a silent cage into a kingdom. You can turn boredom into brilliance. And your cat, once restless, will rest in your love with the peace of a heart fulfilled. And so, the fourth mistake becomes clear. Keeping a cat safe indoors is not enough. They need adventure, challenge, stimulation. For a bored cat is a caged heart, and no heart, especially one that loves you, deserves a cage. Mistake 5. The forgotten kingdom of the litter box. If you want to know the hidden truth of a cat's world, look not at their toys, their food, or even their bed. Look at the litter box. For to a cat, the litter box is more than just a bathroom. It is their sanctuary, their territory, their silent diary of health and comfort. And yet, it is the place most often neglected. We buy the food with care. We choose the toys with love. But the litter box? It becomes an afterthought, tucked away in corners, cleaned hurriedly, sometimes even ignored. And in that neglect, suffering begins. The sacred instinct. Cats are, at their core, creatures of ritual and cleanliness. In the wild, they bury their waste to hide from predators, to protect their territory, to keep themselves safe. It is a primal instinct, not a choice, not a habit, but a deep-rooted law of survival. When we bring them into our homes, this instinct comes with them. They do not see a litter box as just a tray of sand. To them, it is a sacred ground where dignity and comfort meet. A dirty, smelly, or misplaced litter box is not just unpleasant. It is an assault on their nature. And a cat forced to endure it suffers silently, until one day they can no longer bear it, and their cries come not in meows, but in accidents around the house. The common mistakes. Here are the hidden ways we often fail our cats, not out of cruelty but out of not knowing. 1. Too few boxes. One box for multiple cats. To us it seems efficient. To them, it is invasion, the loss of privacy, the smell of another's presence in a space meant to be their own. 2. Wrong placement. A box near noisy machines. A box in a dark, damp basement. A box tucked away so secretly that reaching it feels unsafe. To us it's convenient. To them it's terrifying. 3. Infrequent cleaning. Skipping a day. 2. 3. For humans, tolerable. For cats, unbearable. Their nose is 14 times stronger than ours. What seems faint to us is overwhelming to them. 4. Strong scents. Scented litter, air fresheners, deodorizers. We think it hides odors. But to cats, it burns, stings, overwhelms. They crave neutral earth, not artificial perfume. 5. Wrong size or style. A box too small for their body. A hooded box that traps smells and limits escape routes. To us, practical. To them, claustrophobic. Each mistake chips away at their comfort until the box, the one place meant to bring relief, becomes a source of stress. The price of neglect. When the litter box fails, the consequences are silent but devastating. Health risks. Holding urine because the box feels unwelcoming can lead to urinary tract infections, blockages, or kidney disease. Conditions that creep quietly, but can take a cat's life if unnoticed. Behavioral struggles. Pee on carpets, on beds, in corners. Not out of defiance. Not to punish you, but because they are begging for a place where they feel safe again. Emotional distress. A cat who cannot trust their litter box is a cat who carries anxiety in every step. And that stress bleeds into every part of their life. Their play, their rest, even their bond with you. Restoring the kingdom. The good news? This mistake is among the easiest to fix, and the transformation almost immediate. 1. One box per cat plus one extra. If you have one cat, provide 2 boxes. If you have 2 cats, provide 3. Each cat deserves choice, privacy, and comfort. 2. Choose the right spot. Quiet, low-traffic areas. Away from their food and water. A place where they feel safe yet not isolated. Think of it as giving them a restroom with dignity. 3. Daily cleaning. Scoop every day, ideally twice a day. Change the litter fully at least once a week. Wash the box with mild, unscented soap. For the right litter. Unscented, clumping litter often works best. Texture matters. Fine grains feel soft beneath their paws, mimicking sand or soil. 5. The right size. The box should be at least 1.5 times the length of your cat. Room to move, turn, dig, and bury without feeling cramped. 6. Respect their voice. If your cat avoids a box, they are telling you something. Listen. Adjust. Experiment until they are at ease. The story of Oliver. Oliver was a gentle tabby, loved dearly but misunderstood. His owner kept his litter box in the laundry room, near the rumble of machines. It was cleaned every few days with scented litter meant to mask smells. At first, Oliver endured. But soon he began urinating on rugs. His owner grew frustrated, believing he was acting out. A vet visit revealed no medical issue, just stress. The solution was simple. Move the box to a quiet corner, scoop daily, use unscented litter. Within days, Oliver stopped avoiding his box. Within weeks, his accidents ended. And his eyes, once clouded with worry, shone again with trust. The deeper meaning. The litter box may feel small to us. But to a cat, it is everything. It is safety. It is dignity. It is the silent space where they lay down their vulnerabilities and trust that we will honor them. When we neglect it, we neglect their voice. When we respect it, we show them that their comfort matters as deeply as their health. Love in the smallest places. Love is not always shown in grand gestures. Sometimes, it is found in the quiet rituals of care. In the scooping of litter, the placement of a box, the choice of unscented sand. Small acts, invisible to outsiders, but to your cat they mean the world. For when your cat steps into a clean, safe box, they feel peace. They feel trust. They feel loved. And that love echoes back to you, in their purrs, their soft nudges, their silent companionship. And so, the 5th mistake is revealed. The litter box is never just a box. It is a kingdom. And every kingdom must be kept with respect, if the hearts within it are to thrive. Mistake 6. The silent burden of overfeeding. There is a certain joy every cat owner knows. The sound of little paws rushing when they hear the rustle of a food bag. The pleading eyes, the tiny meows, the way they twirl around your legs as if to say, "Feed me for I am starving." And in that moment, love flows through our hands in the form of food. A few extra treats here, a slightly larger scoop there. Because how could something so small, so innocent, ever be harmed by abundance? But here lies a paradox. In trying to give them more love, we may unknowingly be shortening their lives. The hidden enemy. For cats, weight gain is not just a matter of appearance. It is a quiet enemy that creeps in, soft and unannounced, settling beneath fur and flesh until it begins to steal vitality away. Every extra ounce puts pressure on fragile joints. Every extra pound strains the heart, the lungs, the kidneys. Obesity becomes the hidden doorway to diabetes, arthritis, liver disease, even cancer. The tragedy is not that cats grow heavy. The tragedy is that they grow heavy silently. They do not complain. They do not tell us, "I feel tired now. My body aches." They simply adapt, slowly playing less, jumping less, sleeping more, until one day we realize that the vibrant spark of youth has been quietly dimmed. How overfeeding begins. No one wakes up and decides to harm their cat. Overfeeding begins with love and misunderstanding. 1. Misreading hunger cues. Cats meow for attention, for play, for comfort. But we often interpret every sound as hunger. The bowl fills again though the belly does not need it. 2. Free feeding gone wrong. leaving food out all day, allowing them to graze endlessly. In the wild, cats are hunters. They eat in bursts, not constant feasts. Endless availability dulls the natural rhythm of hunger and fullness. 3. The power of treats. One small biscuit, one extra snack, repeated day after day. A single treat seems harmless, but together they pile like silent bricks until the weight of them becomes undeniable. 4. Human empathy. We share food when we feel love. To us, giving is care. But cats need boundaries, not indulgence. The illusion of cuteness. A chubby cat often draws coos and laughter. Round cheeks, swinging bellies, waddling steps. We call them adorable. But beneath that cuteness lies exhaustion. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack everywhere you go. Jumping with it, climbing with it, even resting with it pressing against you. That is what obesity feels like to a cat. The purrs may still come. The cuddles may still feel warm. But their body carries a weight that whispers every day, "This is too much for me." The signs of trouble. How do you know if your cat is silently struggling? You can't easily feel their ribs without pressing. Their waist is hidden beneath roundness. They jump less often, hesitate before leaping, or stop climbing altogether. They tire quickly during play. Their grooming becomes difficult. They may struggle to reach certain spots. Each sign is a cry for help disguised as normal aging. But often it is not age, it is excess. Returning to balance. The beauty of this mistake is that it is never too late to change. Weight can be lost. Health can be restored. But it requires patience, compassion, and a new way of showing love. 1. Measure every meal. Use a cup, not a guess. Follow vet recommendations, not just package instructions. What seems too little is often exactly right. 2. Scheduled feeding. Twice or 3 times a day, small portions. Mimic the rhythm of a hunter's feast, not a constant buffet. 3. Treats with intention. Offer treats sparingly. Or replace them with affection, brushing, or a moment of play. Remember, your cat craves you, not just food. 4. Encourage movement. Play daily, feather wands, laser lights, climbing trees. Build small adventures that awaken their predator spirit. 5. Check with a vet. Weight loss must be slow, gentle, guided. Rapid loss can be dangerous, especially for overweight cats. The story of Bella. Bella was a fluffy calico, adored beyond measure. Her owner worked from home and loved to spoil her with snacks. Each meow was met with a treat, each paw tap answered with another scoop. At first, Bella seemed happy, round, soft, always eager for more. But soon she began avoiding her favorite window perch. Her jumps grew hesitant, her naps longer. A vet visit revealed the truth. Bella was dangerously overweight. Her joints were strained, her liver under pressure. Her owner was heartbroken. Not because he had neglected her, but because he had loved her too much in the wrong way. The change was slow. Smaller meals. More play. A steady rhythm of measured care. Months later, Bella climbed to her window perch again, her eyes shining, her purrs strong. Not thinner, but freer. The deeper meaning. When we control how much our cats eat, we are not denying them love. We are teaching them balance. We are protecting them from silent enemies they cannot see. We are ensuring that their days are filled not with heaviness, but with lightness. The freedom to leap, to run, to rest without burden. Love beyond the bowl. True love is not about how much we give, but how wisely we give. It is measured not in scoops of kibble, but in years of health, in the sparkle of eyes that can still chase shadows on the wall. A cat who eats well lives well. A cat who lives well loves longer. And isn't that what we want most? Not just a cat who looks cute in the moment, but a companion who stays with us, vibrant, joyful, alive, for as many years as fate allows. And so, the 6th mistake is revealed. Overfeeding is not kindness. It is love misdirected. And when redirected with wisdom, it becomes the greatest gift of all. More life, more time, more purrs. Mistake 7. Declawing, the cruel convenience. There is a sound every cat owner knows. The scratch of claws on furniture, carpets, curtains. For some, it feels like chaos, a battle between beauty of home and love of cat. And so, many seek an easy solution. Declawing. A quick surgery, a promise of no more scratches, no more damage. But behind that promise lies a truth so dark, so heartbreaking that once you know it, you can never unknow it. The hidden reality. Declawing is not a trim. It is not the simple removal of a nail. It is the amputation of the last bone of each toe, as if someone cut off your fingers at the knuckle. Imagine waking up one morning, reaching for a glass and finding your fingertips gone. Your balance altered. Your steps painful. Your ability to defend yourself stripped away. This is the reality of declawing for a cat. Why cats scratch? Before we condemn the act of scratching, we must understand its purpose. Communication. Cats leave scent marks from glands in their paws, announcing to the world, "This is mine, I was here." Exercise. Scratching stretches muscles, loosens joints, keeps their body supple. Sharpening and shedding. It helps remove dead layers of the claw, keeping them healthy. Stress relief. Scratching calms their minds, releasing tension the way deep breaths calm ours. To take away their claws is not just to take away a tool, it is to silence their language, deny their instinct, and wound their spirit. The silent consequences. At first glance, a declawed cat may seem fine. They walk, they eat, they purr. But over time the scars reveal themselves. 1. Chronic pain. Nerve damage. Phantom pain. The constant throb of a body that has been altered unnaturally. 2. Behavioral changes. A once gentle cat may turn to biting. Without claws to defend, they resort to teeth. 3. Litter box avoidance. Digging in litter becomes painful. Many cats stop using the box, leaving their owners frustrated and confused. 4. Loss of balance and mobility. Claws are not just weapons, they are anchors, tools of balance. Without them, jumping, climbing, even walking becomes uncertain. The cruelest part is that cats hide pain. They endure in silence. So, while the world may see a well-behaved cat, the cat may be living each day with invisible suffering. A story of trust broken. There was once a gray tabby named Milo. Milo loved to climb, to stretch, to scratch at the post by the window where the sun always streamed in. His owner loved him deeply but grew tired of the shredded couch, the frayed curtains. A vet suggested declawing. It's simple. He won't even remember. The surgery was done. Milo came home, paws bandaged, eyes clouded with confusion. He tried to scratch his post but nothing was there. He tried to leap but stumbled. Over weeks Milo changed. He bit when touched too long. He stopped climbing to his window perch. He began avoiding the litter box, leaving little messes in corners. The bond of trust cracked. Not because Milo no longer loved his human, but because he no longer felt safe in his own body. His owner hadn't meant harm. But love, misled by convenience, had turned into cruelty. The alternatives. The beauty of this mistake is that it is preventable. There is no need for cruelty when compassion holds so many solutions. 1. Scratching posts and pads. Tall, sturdy, placed in favored spots. Cats scratch where they spend time, near beds, windows, and couches. 2. A variety of materials. Sisal rope, cardboard, carpet. Experiment until you find your cat's preference. 3. Regular nail trimming. Gentle, consistent trimming keeps claws blunt and furniture safe. 4. Soft nail caps. Little plastic covers, safe and temporary, preventing damage without harm. 5. Training with love. Praise when they use the post. Redirect gently when they don't. Cats learn best not through punishment but through patience. Why this matters. Declawing is banned or condemned in many countries. It is recognized for what it is, cruelty disguised as care. And yet, in places where it remains, many still choose it, not out of malice but out of misunderstanding. The truth we must hold is this. Our cats do not destroy out of spite. They scratch because it is who they are. To silence that instinct is to break something sacred within them. The deeper meaning. When you allow your cat to keep their claws, you are saying, I accept you fully as you are, not just as I wish you to be. This is love in its purest form, not the shaping of another into convenience, but the embrace of their wholeness. Scratches on furniture fade. Scratches on would become part of the home's story. But the trust of a cat, once broken, takes years to mend, if it ever mends at all. A gentle plea. If you ever face the choice, remember this moment. Remember Milo, remember the silent pain. Choose the path of patience, of understanding, of compassion. Because in the end, your cat is not your furniture. They are not your curtains. They are not your carpet. They are your companion, your family, your little soul entrusted to your care. And they deserve a life of dignity, wholeness, and freedom. And so, the seventh mistake is revealed. Declawing is not kindness. It is not convenience. It is betrayal. And true love is never built on betrayal. Mistake 8. Ignoring mental stimulation, the lonely prison. There is a quiet tragedy in many homes. A cat, well-fed, safe, loved in the most obvious ways, yet living in an invisible cage. We often think, my cat is indoors, they're safe. That's enough. But safety without stimulation can slowly become a prison of the mind. The world through their eyes. Imagine you are brilliant, curious, full of instinct. But your world is a single room. The same walls. The same sounds. The same view from the same window. Day after day, month after month, year after year. Would you not grow restless? Lonely? Would you not crave adventure, challenge, discovery? This is the life of many indoor cats. Their bodies may be protected, but their minds are starving. Why cats need enrichment? Cats are hunters by nature. Every fiber of their being longs for the chase, the stalk, the leap. They are explorers, climbers, thinkers. Born to interact with a world that demands their intelligence and skill. When denied this, their inner fire dims. Boredom turns to frustration. Frustration becomes misbehavior. And misbehavior becomes sadness. And sometimes, sadness turns into something deeper. Depression, a silent suffering we may mistake for laziness. Signs of an unstimulated cat. 1. Excessive sleeping. Cats love to nap, but a cat who sleeps out of boredom is not resting. They are escaping. 2. Destructive behavior, scratching furniture, chewing cords, knocking things down. 3. Overgrooming, licking until fur thins, a sign of stress and lack of outlet. 4. Weight gain, eating becomes entertainment when nothing else engages their mind. 5. Withdrawal, a once playful cat becomes distant, spending more time alone. These are not signs of a bad cat. They are signs of a lonely heart. A story of Shadow. There was once a sleek black cat named Shadow. Shadow lived in a warm home with food, water, and love. But his days were all the same. His human worked long hours. There were no toys that moved, no shelves to climb, no games to play. Just silence and stillness. At first, Shadow tried to create his own fun. He darted across halls, pounced on dust motes, batted at shadows. But over time his energy faded. He began sleeping 12, 14, 16 hours. He ate more, filling the emptiness with food. He grew heavier, slower, quieter. His human thought he was simply calm, mature, relaxed. But inside, Shadow's world had shrunk to a gray, unchanging box. His spirit dulled. The gift of enrichment. The beauty is this: the prison is not unbreakable. The key is simple. Enrichment is not luxury, it is necessity. Here are ways to breathe color back into a cat's life. 1. Interactive play. Want toys that mimic birds and mice. Play sessions twice a day, even for 10 minutes, ignite their hunter's spirit. 2. Climbing and perches. Cat trees, wall shelves, window hammocks. Cats thrive in vertical space. It expands their world instantly. 3. Puzzle feeders and treat games. Meals become a hunt. Their minds engage, their instincts sharpen. 4. Rotation of toys. What is constant becomes boring. Rotate toys weekly to keep things fresh. 5. Window entertainment. A bird feeder outside a window. A perch with sunlight. The world becomes alive again. 6. Cat TV and safe outdoor time. Videos of birds and fish. Leash walks or secure cadios, give them the adventure they long for. The transformation. When Shadow's human finally learned, they brought home a tall cat tree and placed it by the window. They began playing each evening, flicking a feather wand until Shadow leaped with wild joy. They hid treats in puzzles, turning mealtime into a hunt. Slowly Shadow awoke. His eyes grew brighter. His steps quicker. His purrs deeper. The Shadow who had faded into gray returned, painted once more in shades of life. Why this matters? Love is not just food, water, shelter. Love is the willingness to see the world through their eyes. And when you do, you realize that the torn curtain is not destruction, it is longing. The nighttime zoom eyes are not madness, they are need. The quiet withdrawal is not laziness, it is sadness. Every act of enrichment is a gift of freedom inside the safety of your home. The deeper meaning. To enrich a cat's life is to say, I see you not just as a pet but as a soul with needs, dreams, and instincts. I honor your nature, not just my convenience. Because love is not the absence of harm. Love is the presence of joy. And when we give them stimulation, we give them more than toys or games. We give them their spirit back. And so, the 8th mistake is revealed. Ignoring enrichment is not harmless. It is the quiet theft of joy. And the cure is simple: play, variety, love, and motion. Mistake 9. Overfeeding and obesity, loving them into illness. There is a certain sweetness in the way we show love to cats. A gentle stroke, a cozy blanket, and, often, a treat. A little bite of chicken from the dinner plate. A few extra scoops in the food bowl because they meowed so sweetly. Snacks slipped into the day because their wide eyes begged for it. And in those moments it feels harmless. Feels like love. But sometimes, love disguised as food becomes a slow poison. The hidden epidemic. Obesity is the silent crisis of indoor cats. More than half of pet cats are overweight, and many guardians don't even realize it. Why? Because to our eyes, a round cat looks cute. Their chubby cheeks, their wobbling bellies, the way they waddle when they walk, it makes us smile. But beneath the softness lies a dangerous truth. Their heart strains harder. Their joints carry weight they weren't built for. Their liver and pancreas whisper warnings we cannot hear. And slowly, over time, the cat we love is robbed of years we could have shared. The story of Bella. There was once a tabby named Bella. Bella was adored by her family. Every morning she meowed at the kitchen, and every morning they filled her bowl generously. If she asked again midday, she was fed again. They thought, she's hungry. She deserves it. Look how happy she is. But Bella grew heavier. At first it was subtle, a round belly, a slower jump. Then it became obvious. She no longer chased toys. She no longer leapt to high shelves. She panted after short bursts of play. Her family laughed and called her, our little dumpling. They thought she was simply plump and happy. But Bella's body was crying out. Her joints ached. Her liver strained. Her lifespan quietly shortened. What her family saw as affection was unknowingly harm. Why cats become overweight? 1. Free feeding, bowls filled all day allowing constant grazing. 2. High-calorie treats, too many snacks with little nutritional value. 3. Lack of activity, indoor life without play burns fewer calories. 4. Human misunderstanding, mistaking boredom for hunger or begging for love. The consequences of obesity. Diabetes, common in overweight cats, requiring lifelong injections. Arthritis, extra weight damages fragile joints. Heart and respiratory issues, breathing and circulation struggle under pressure. A shortened lifespan, obesity can steal 2 to 5 years from their lives. It is not just a little extra weight. It is a heavy burden they carry in silence. Reframing love. To feed endlessly feels like kindness. But real kindness asks, what does my cat truly need? Love is not the handful of treats slipped under the table. Love is the courage to say, no more because I want you to live longer. How to protect them. 1. Measure every meal. Use a measuring cup, not guesswork. Follow veterinary guidelines for portion size. 2. Scheduled feeding. 2 or 3 meals a day instead of free feeding. This prevents constant grazing. 3. Choose nutritional quality. Balanced food, high in protein, low in fillers. Avoid cheap kibble filled with carbohydrates. 4. Limit treats. Treats should be less than 10% of daily intake. Reward with play and affection instead. 5. Encourage movement. Use wand toys, lasers, and climbing furniture. Even short play sessions burn calories and build joy. 6. Regular weight checks. Feel their ribs, they should not be buried under fat. Watch their waistline from above, it should gently curve inward. The healing journey. When Bella's family finally learned, they were heartbroken. They wanted her to live, not just exist. So they began anew. Smaller measured meals. Puzzle feeders that made her work for food. Playtime each evening, feathers fluttering through the air. At first, Bella resisted. She begged for more. She sulked. But slowly her body transformed. Her steps grew lighter. Her leaps returned. Her purrs deepened. She lost weight, but more importantly, she gained back her spirit. And her family realized, true love is not indulgence, it is protection. The deeper truth. Overfeeding comes from the purest intention, to give more. But sometimes, giving more food means giving fewer years. What cats crave most is not what fills their bowls. It is what fills their souls. Your time. Your play. Your presence. Food may satisfy their stomachs, but only love satisfies their spirit. And so, the 9th mistake is revealed. To love them with food is easy. To love them with balance is harder. But only one keeps them by our side for longer. Mistake 10. Punishing or yelling, breaking the fragile bridge of trust. There is a silence in a cat's heart that is easily broken. A silence woven from trust, from safety, from the belief that their human is a gentle protector. But sometimes, without meaning to, we shatter that silence. Not with claws. Not with neglect. But with our own voices. The scene we've all lived. Picture this. You walk into the living room. The curtain is torn. The vase is on the floor. Your favorite chair is frayed with claw marks. Frustration flares in your chest. Before you know it, words spill out. No. Bad cat. What have you done? Your voice is sharp, filled with anger. You think they must learn this is wrong. But what your cat hears is not a lesson. What your cat feels is fear. Why cats misbehave. A cat never destroys for the sake of destruction. They are not mischievous children testing boundaries. They are not stubborn rebels. Every action has a reason. Scratching equals marking territory, stretching muscles, filing claws. Knocking items equals curiosity, play, instinct to test gravity. Urinating outside the box equals stress, pain, or an unclean box. Biting or swatting equals overstimulation or self-defense. To us, these look like bad behaviors. To them, they are natural cries of instinct or need. The impact of punishment. When we yell, swat, spray water, or punish physically, something fragile begins to crack. Fear replaces curiosity. A mistrust grows where safety once lived. A stress builds, leading to more unwanted behaviors. The bond between cat and guardian weakens. Cats do not connect punishment to their actions. They only connect it to us. So when we raise our voice, they don't think, "I should not scratch the couch." They think, "The one I love is dangerous. I must be careful." And the bridge of trust, built slowly, patiently, with every purr and gentle touch, crumbles with a single outburst. The story of Leo. Leo was a sleek black cat with golden eyes. His guardian adored him but grew frustrated with his behavior. Leo scratched the couch daily. He leapt onto counters. He chewed houseplants. Each time his guardian shouted. Sometimes clapped loudly, sometimes sprayed water. Over weeks, Leo changed. He no longer greeted his human at the door. He hid when footsteps approached. His purrs grew rare. The guardian thought, "At least he's not scratching anymore." But what really happened was much darker. Leo had lost trust. His spirit dimmed. He learned not to behave better but to fear more. A different way. Instead of punishment, cats need redirection, understanding, and patience. 1. For scratching. Provide tall, sturdy scratching posts. Place them near the couch, reward use with treats. 2. For jumping on counters. Give them climbing trees or shelves. Cats love heights. Provide an allowed alternative. 3. For accidents. Check litter box cleanliness, location, and health issues. Stress often causes inappropriate elimination. 4. For biting/swatting. Learn their body language. Stop play when the tail flicks or ears flatten. 5. For curiosity. Rotate toys, create puzzles, encourage exploration. The power of positive reinforcement. Cats respond beautifully to rewards. A soft word, a gentle pet, a treat, or a play session when they do something right. The secret is not in telling them what not to do, but in guiding them toward what to do. Instead of, "Stop scratching the couch," say, "Yes, good job using your post." Instead of, "Get off the counter," say, "Here's your perch, climb high, my love." With time they learn. Not from fear but from trust. Rebuilding the broken. If you have ever yelled, forgive yourself. We all carry moments of impatience. What matters is what we do next. Sit with your cat in silence. Offer your hand, palm open, no demands. Let them come to you. Let them feel once again that you are safe. It may take time, but trust is not lost forever. It can be mended with patience, with gentleness, with consistency. The deeper truth. Cats live in a world much smaller than ours. We are their entire universe. Our voice is their sky, our hands their earth, our presence their sun. When that sun burns too hot, they retreat into shadows. But when it shines warm and steady, they bloom like wildflowers. To punish is easy. To teach with love is harder. But only one nurtures the fragile bridge that connects heart to heart. So the 10th mistake is clear. Punishment builds walls. Patience builds bridges. And cats, more than anything, need bridges to cross into our hearts. Mistake 11. Ignoring dental health, the silent pain behind the purr. Cats are creatures of mystery. They carry their hurts in silence, masking discomfort beneath soft eyes and steady purrs. And perhaps nowhere is this silence more dangerous than in their mouths. Because behind those tiny fangs that we find so charming, behind the little yawns that melt our hearts, there may be pain. Invisible, unspoken, and slowly, quietly stealing their joy. The hidden struggle. Most guardians notice when their cat limps, or when their fur dulls, or when they stop eating entirely. But dental pain is more insidious. Cats are hunters by design. In the wild, showing weakness can mean death. So they hide. They chew despite the ache. They eat despite the sting. They purr despite the infection blooming inside. And we, loving them so deeply, often miss the signs, not because we don't care, but because the signs are so faint. The story of Misty. Misty was a gentle gray tabby who adored her human. She never missed a meal, always greeted at the door, always curled at night in the same warm spot on the bed. But slowly little changes crept in. Her human noticed she chewed on one side of her mouth. That her breath had grown sour, though she still ate eagerly. That she no longer played with her favorite string toy as often. It wasn't until Misty stopped grooming herself, her once shiny coat now ragged, that her guardian realized something was wrong. A vet visit revealed the truth. Severe dental disease. Pain so deep that every bite was a silent battle. And yet Misty had purred through it all. Why dental care is overlooked. For many cat guardians, dental care seems like an afterthought. Cats don't brush their teeth in nature, we reason. They crunch kibble, isn't that enough? But the truth is far from it. A dry kibble doesn't clean teeth. Most cats swallow it whole. Tartar and plaque build quickly. By age 3, over 70% of cats have dental disease. Infections spread. What starts in the gums can reach the heart, kidneys, or liver. Cats rarely stop eating until the pain is unbearable. Which means by the time we notice, damage may already be severe. The signs we often miss. 1. Bad breath, stronger than usual. 2. Drooling, sometimes tinged with blood. 3. Pawing at the mouth or rubbing the face on furniture. 4. Favoring one side while chewing. 5. Reluctance to eat hard food or treats. 6. Weight loss from eating less. 7. Decline in grooming habits. 8. A once playful cat becoming withdrawn. These are not quirks. They are whispers of pain. What we can do. Caring for a cat's teeth may feel daunting, brushing their fangs? It sounds impossible. But it can be done with patience and gentleness. 1. Regular vet checkups. Annual vet visits should always include a dental check. Professional cleanings may be needed every few years. 2. Introduce toothbrushing slowly. Start with your finger, gently rubbing along the gums. A graduate to a cat-safe toothbrush and pet-safe toothpaste, never human toothpaste. Go slowly. Reward often. Even brushing a few times a week can make a difference. 3. Dental treats and toys. Specially designed chews can help reduce tartar. But they should never replace brushing or vet care. 4. Monitor daily. Lift their lips gently. Look for redness, swelling, or buildup. The earlier it's caught, the easier it is to treat. A shift in perspective. It's easy to think, my cat seems fine. They're eating. They're purring. But cats are the masters of seeming fine. Dental health is not about waiting for suffering to be obvious. It's about preventing suffering before it becomes unbearable. The emotional cost. Imagine your beloved companion, the little soul who curls in your lap every evening, living with a constant toothache. Imagine them trying to eat, the joy of mealtime dulled by sharp pangs. Imagine them wanting to groom, to play, but choosing stillness because every movement hurts. That is the reality of ignored dental health. But the reverse is also true. When we care for their teeth, when we catch the silent pain before it grows, we give them back their joy. We give them back their play. We give them back their comfort. The silent thank you. A cat will never look at you after a dental cleaning and say, "Thank you, my mouth feels better now." But you'll know. You'll see it in the renewed sparkle in their eyes. You'll hear it in the louder, freer purrs. You'll feel it in the way they return to grooming, to playing, to living without hesitation. Their silence may hide their pain, but it also magnifies their healing. The gentle reminder. Caring for a cat is not only about feeding them, playing with them, or giving them shelter. It is about noticing the unnoticeable. It is about listening to the whispers beneath the purr. It is about protecting them even from the pains they cannot voice. Dental care may seem small, but in a cat's silent world, it can mean the difference between quiet suffering and a life lived fully, joyfully, and free. So the 11th mistake is clear. To ignore their teeth is to ignore their unspoken suffering. And to care for their teeth is to honor the trust they place in us. A trust that says, "You will keep me safe even from the hurts I cannot tell you about." Mistake 12. Not providing safe spaces, the hidden need for retreat and refuge. Cats are mysterious little souls. They carry within them the instincts of both predator and prey. They may pounce, leap, and chase like mighty hunters. Yet in the same heartbeat, they may shrink, hide, and curl into the smallest of corners, seeking shelter from a world too loud, too fast, too overwhelming. And it is here, in the quiet places, the shadowed spaces, the unseen nooks of a home, that a cat feels most secure. For to be truly at peace, a cat must not only have love, food, and play. They must also have sanctuary. The forgotten refuge. Many humans believe that because their cats live indoors they are already safe. No predators stalk the halls, no storms rattle their fur, no cars speed past with danger. But safety is not only the absence of threat. It is the presence of choice. A cat without a safe space is like a person without a locked door to retreat behind. Yes, the house may be kind and gentle. Yes, love may fill every room. But without the power to withdraw, without a place that is truly theirs, a cat's spirit cannot fully rest. The story of Leo. Leo was a bold orange tabby, the kind of cat who strutted with confidence, who climbed the bookshelf as though it were his kingdom. But when visitors arrived or when loud noises shook the house, his demeanor changed. His human often found him under the bed, pupils wide, ears flattened, tail tucked. At first she worried. He's scared. He shouldn't hide. He should stay with me where it's safe. So she blocked the space beneath the bed, thinking she was helping him. But without that refuge, Leo grew restless. He paced. He meowed. He lashed out when touched unexpectedly. It wasn't until his human learned the truth, that hiding is not weakness but healing, that she changed. She gave him back his hiding places. She added a covered cat bed in the corner, a soft blanket inside a box, a perch where he could watch without being watched. And suddenly Leo was calmer. He played again. He returned to her lap, not out of fear but out of choice. Why cats need safe spaces? 1. Instinct of survival. In the wild, cats retreat to hidden places to rest. High branches, dark burrows, quiet thickets. These spaces protect them while they sleep, when they are most vulnerable. 2. Stress relief. Noise, strangers, other pets, even changes in furniture can overwhelm a cat. Retreating allows them to self-soothe and regulate. 3. Security builds confidence. Paradoxically, the more a cat is allowed to hide when they need to, the braver they often become. Because they know safety is always within reach. 4. Emotional healing. Cats with past trauma, rescues, or shy personalities often lean more heavily on their safe zones. For them, it is not only comfort but survival. What happens when we deny them? When cats are stripped of their hiding places, they do not suddenly become brave. They become anxious. They pace the edges of rooms, unable to relax. They may lash out, swat, or bite not because they are mean but because they feel trapped. They may stop eating or grooming, their stress manifesting in silent but dangerous ways. Without refuge, the world is always too much. Creating sanctuary. The gift of safety is not difficult to give. It requires not wealth but thoughtfulness. 1. Vertical spaces. Cats adore height. A shelf, a tall cat tree, even the top of a wardrobe can become a safe zone. From above, the world feels smaller, controllable. 2. Hidden retreats. Under the bed, inside a cardboard box lined with soft cloth, or a covered cat cave. These shadowed corners are not loneliness, they are security. 3. Quiet corners. A small bed in a quiet room away from noise, where the cat can retreat during storms, fireworks, or gatherings. 4. Multiple options. In multi-cat homes, it is vital to have more than one safe space. Each cat must feel ownership over at least one refuge. Reading their needs. Watch your cat. Do they disappear for long stretches? Do they squeeze themselves into drawers, closets, laundry baskets? These are signs they are searching for safety, sometimes in less than ideal places. By noticing, you can offer them better options, places where they can hide yet still be comfortable, warm, and respected. The emotional gift. There is something profoundly humbling about watching a cat retreat. At first, it may feel like rejection, as though they are running from you. But in truth, it is the opposite. A cat who hides with confidence is a cat who trusts you enough to believe that when they emerge, you will still be there. They are not rejecting your love. They are simply honoring their nature. And when they return from that quiet refuge, stretching, yawning, eyes soft, they return not only as your companion, but as a being who has chosen you freely. The gentle reminder. To love a cat is not to hold them close at every moment. It is to give them space, freedom, and safety. It is to understand that sometimes love means stepping back, letting them vanish into shadows and waiting for them to return. By creating safe spaces, you are saying to your cat, you are free to be yourself. You are safe here always. So the 12th mistake is clear. Not providing safe spaces denies cats the very sanctuary their instincts crave. But when we honor this need, when we build them little havens, quiet corners, high perches, shadowed retreats, we are not only shaping their environment, we are shaping their hearts. For in those hidden spaces, trust is born. And from that trust, love blossoms, steady, eternal, and free. Final reflection. As we reach the end of this journey together, pause for a moment. Think of your cat, the gentle rise and fall of their breath as they sleep, the sparkle in their eyes when they greet you. the soft vibration of their purr when they trust you enough to lean close. All of these moments are gifts, but they are also fragile. Our cats cannot speak in our language, they cannot warn us of danger with words, nor ask us for what they truly need. Instead, they whisper through behavior, through silence, through the tiniest gestures. And it is up to us, the ones they depend on, the ones they have chosen as family, to listen with our hearts, the heart of the matter. Every mistake we've uncovered in this journey was never about blame. It was about awareness. Because no cat owner is perfect, and yet, every cat longs for nothing more than our effort, our patience, and our love. We have spoken of food that can harm them, of boredom that can break them, of spaces they need but cannot ask for. We have learned of hidden toxins, overlooked play, denied instincts, and silent suffering. But what shines brighter than every mistake is this truth. You can change everything starting today. Even the smallest change, a safer food bowl, a quiet retreat, a few extra minutes of play, can ripple through your cat's life in ways you cannot imagine. A bond beyond words. Cats may live quietly, but their love is loud. Every slow blink, every gentle head bump, every time they follow you from room to room, it is their way of saying, "You are my world. You are my safety. You are my forever." And when you take the time to understand their needs, to protect them from hidden dangers, to give them joy, enrichment, safety, and rest, you are not only prolonging their life, you are deepening a bond that stretches beyond words, beyond species, into something timeless. Your next step. So tonight, look at your cat not just with love but with new eyes. Ask yourself, are they eating safely? Do they have room to play, to climb, to scratch? Do they have quiet corners, high perches, little refuges where their soul can rest? Do they trust me enough to show me their needs even in silence? And if you find something missing, don't despair. Simply begin. Even one small step today can shape a healthier, happier tomorrow. Call to action. If this journey touched your heart, if you felt your love for your cat deepen with each word, then I invite you to stay with us here on Meow Sphere. Because together we are not just cat owners. We are guardians, friends, and family to these silent souls who gift us with love every single day. So share this message with others who love cats. Spread the awareness, the gentleness, the care. And let's build a world where no cat suffers in silence, and every cat lives the life of joy, safety, and love they deserve. And tonight, when your cat curls against you, close your eyes and remember, they may not have words, but in their heart they are saying, "Thank you. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for being my home."